This is Michael Hale from Red Zone Radio, and we have breaking news coming in this morning. Multiple emergency bulletins are being issued across the country about what authorities are calling unusual animal and insect activity, reports of aggressive spider behavior in several states. Okay, now, the weird thing, because our phones lit up before 6 a.m., and that doesn't happen unless somebody's subway's on fire or there's a celebrity sighting. Neither, apparently.
Yeah, so I'm watching the board here, and it's not like one call, it's like clusters.
Right, we're getting scattered reports about pest control emergencies in subway stations. That's the phrase that keeps coming up. People calling 911 about bugs. Specifically, a lot of spiders.
Spiders, because it's October. Every year around this time, they start trying to come inside, like tiny rent hunters looking for a warm studio.
Right, I'm with you. I'm not a spider person, but I know the drill. They show up, you freak out, you pretend you didn't, you put a cup over it, you take it outside, you feel heroic for 10 seconds.
Or you scream and call your roommate like it's a hostage situation. No shame.
The only reason I'm bringing it up as news is because the scale seems off. We're hearing about multiple stations, and by multiple, I mean not just one, ew, there's a spider on the wall situation.
Okay, I'm going to read some text coming in. Listener Sarah in Queens says her apartment building is completely infested. That's a strong word.
Infested, like a couple spiders or like a horror movie level?
She says basement walls moving. And then she sent a photo I won't describe because I don't want to ruin breakfast for half the city, but I will say it's a lot of little dots.
Basements do that to people. You go down there with a bad flashlight, your imagination fills in the gaps.
Right. Listener Marco in the Bronx says he saw webs across the stairwell overnight and that his super is calling an exterminator at dawn.
Exterminators are getting their seasonal bonus right now.
Right. Someone in Harlem says there were spiders in the laundromat and people were stepping on them like popcorn.
That is the most New York sentence I've heard all week.
Okay, and now I'm seeing social media posts getting shared, like actual pictures, not just lol spider season. People are posting these clusters in apartments, office lobbies, subway corners.
Social media will also tell you a shadow is a UFO and a raccoon is a demon, so...
Sure, but when 3 different people from 3 different boroughs are posting the same kind of thing, you at least look up from your coffee.
Totally fair. Let's take one call, because I want to hear what's actually happening on the ground. Line 3, you're on with Jenny.
Hey, hi. This is David. I'm in Brooklyn, in Crown Heights.
Hey David, you're on. What are you seeing?
So, I'm not trying to be dramatic, okay? But my building super called me at like 5:15 this morning, because I'm on the tenant board, right? He goes down to the basement to check the boiler, and he says the whole floor down there was crawling, like he thought it was dust moving.
Crawling with what?
Spiders, like hundreds, maybe more. He said there were webs everywhere, thick ones, like you'd see outside an abandoned house. But it was overnight. We were down there yesterday. It wasn't like that.
Overnight? Was there any construction or flooding or anything that could have stirred up nests?
No, nothing. That's why he's freaked out. He's been a super for 20 years. He's like the calmest guy alive. He was swearing on the phone. He said he's never seen anything like it. And he said they weren't just in a corner. They were like moving together.
Moving together? As in bunching up?
Yeah, like a carpet. And some of them were big, Jenny. Not like tarantula big, but bigger than normal house spiders. He tried to spray, and he said it barely did anything. They just kept coming out of the cracks.
Okay, did anyone get bitten?
Not yet. He told everyone to stay out of the basement. But my neighbor's kid says he saw some in the hallway already, like one on the ceiling by the mailboxes.
All right, David. Practical thing. Keep people out of that basement. Call pest control. And if anyone gets bitten or feels sick, call a doctor fast. I'm not trying to scare you, but better safe.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know it sounds dumb.
It doesn't sound dumb. You're not the only one calling about this. Thanks for telling us what you saw.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I believe David believes it. The question is, what's causing it?
Right, because hundreds overnight is not normal spider season.
Unless something disturbed a nest. Weather shift, subway vibrations, building heat turning on, that kind of thing.
Guys, I want to be clear. We're not saying there's like some giant spider takeover. This is not that morning. This is still Monday morning commute reality.
Exactly. But it's worth noting because it's not just New York. We're getting messages from other cities.
Reading. Casual. I've got people in Jersey City texting about weird swarms in parking garages. Someone in Newark says their office lobby had to be cleared out because spiders dropped from the ceiling tiles.
That sounds like a bad facilities day.
Like a bad facilities day. Yeah. I'm trying to keep it normal, but
You're looking at that news ticker, aren't you?
yeah, I've got a wire blip here. Hospitals in Chicago and Los Angeles are reporting an unusual increase in bite victims overnight. Not mass casualty, but like more than they'd expect for a random Sunday night.
Okay, bites could be anything. People get bitten by stuff all the time and don't know what it was. Mosquitoes, bed bugs, random allergic reactions. If it's warm in October, bugs stay active longer.
Sure, but at Chicago and LA in the same update is weird. That's a whole different climate spectrum.
Or it's one of those overcooked early reports. Two hospitals mention insect bites and it gets packaged as some kind of trend.
Maybe. Still, I don't love it.
Neither do I. But I'm not ready to call this anything beyond a seasonal spike plus some social media amplification.
Seasonal spike plus social media amplification is the name of like half our panic cycles.
It's a catchy genre.
Reading. Listener Tasha says saw what looked like a moving clump under a bench at Times Square.
Times Square has moving clumps all the time.
Mike.
I'm sorry. I'm coping through jokes. Go on.
Reading. She says a transit worker sprayed it and it scattered into the tracks.
Again, gross but plausible. Tracks are basically bug hotels.
Okay, but I'm seeing a pattern in these messages. People keep saying too many and not normal and overnight.
Patterns can be real or they can be your brain connecting dots at 6 a.m. We should keep listening, keep recording where these are happening.
We've got another note from our producer. Apparently a station staffer saw something on their commute in from Queens.
All right, let's bring that in. Kayla, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What'd you see?
So, I'm on the R train this morning, around 5:40. I get on at Forest Hills. Everything normal. Then, around Roosevelt Avenue, the car starts getting jumpy. Like people are looking down the aisle and pulling their feet up onto the seats.
Because of spiders?
Yeah, not just one, like a bunch, moving along the floor by the doors. Little ones at first. Then I saw two bigger ones. People were yelling at the conductor. The conductor stopped and made everyone switch cars at 36th Street.
Did you see anyone get bitten? Anyone hurt?
No, it was more panic than anything. But I've been riding that line for years, and I've seen roaches, I've seen rats. This was different. It was like they weren't scared of the light. They weren't scattering. They were just moving, like they knew where they were going.
Like a line?
Yeah, like a line.
Okay. Thanks, Kayla. That's really useful. Go wash your shoes with fire, and we'll talk later.
Already planned on it.
All right. That's where we are.
You don't stop a train car for a couple spiders.
No, you stop it for a lot of anything. Okay, let's check the broader bulletin that came in about 10 minutes ago, because I want to read it accurately.
Yeah, do it.
So, this is a first emergency bulletin from city agencies. It's not a stay inside, lock your doors thing. It's basically saying, quote, actually, not quote, I'll paraphrase, authorities are asking people to report unusual insect or animal activity to non-emergency lines unless there's immediate danger. They're saying a surge of calls is clogging 911.
That suggests they're getting a lot of those calls.
Or they're being proactive because everyone's calling for every spider they see.
Okay, but they don't put out bulletins for normal spider sightings. They just don't.
Fair. It's odd. Still not enough to leap to worst case, but odd.
Can I read one more cross-country text? Because people are listening from everywhere.
Go for it.
Reading. Listener Mr. Harris in Atlanta says his daughter's school sent an email about pest presence and to keep kids indoors at recess today. Listener Maria in Miami says their condo lobby had to be sprayed at 4 a.m. for spider clusters.
Miami and New York in the same morning. Okay, that's not a normal shared season.
That's what's sticking with me. Different climates, same morning, same kind of report.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep taking your messages. We're going to pin locations and times. We're going to avoid panic words unless there's something truly dangerous happening. If you see a large concentration somewhere public, station, school, hospital, report it to city services. If you get bitten and you're having a reaction, don't wait, go get help.
And if you're sending us photos, please describe them in text too. Not everybody needs to see your basement nightmare at 6:30 a.m.
Facts.
I know we're joking, but I want to say this clearly. If this is just some weird regional pest thing, fine. But if it keeps spreading, or if the bites are serious, we need to know early.
Exactly. We're in watch and report mode, not disaster mode.
Not yet.
All right, it's almost 7 a.m. Here's where we leave this hour. Scattered but growing reports of unusually heavy spider activity in multiple New York City boroughs, especially in basements and a couple subway lines. Social media is full of photos and first-hand posts. A staffer saw a train car cleared because of clusters along the floor. And we're seeing early, unconfirmed notes of increased bite cases in Chicago and Los Angeles. Authorities have put out a first bulletin asking folks to report unusual insect activity through non-emergency channels to keep 911 open. We don't know what this yet, seasonal weirdness, disturbed nests, or something bigger, but the pattern is strange enough to keep on your radar. In the next hour, we'll track new city updates, see if transit issues grow, and hear what other states are reporting as the morning wakes up. Stay with us. It's 7:03 a.m. You're back with Red Zone Radio. I'm Michael Hale.
And I'm Jenny Park. If you're just tuning in, quick recap. In the last hour, we got a surge of reports from around New York. Subway cars, basements, stairwells, laundromats about spider clusters showing up overnight. There were also early notes from other cities like Chicago and LA seeing more bite cases than normal.
We treated it as a weird but maybe seasonal spike. The problem is, the data this hour is not slowing down. It's picking up. So we're going to keep doing what we do, tracking what's real, separating rumor from confirmed stuff, and trying not to freak out before breakfast.
But we're not ignoring it either.
Okay, the call volume right now is nuts. And I don't mean people scared of one spider. I mean people reporting bites on the way to work, in subway cars, in office lobbies, even in their cars. Jenny, what are you seeing on your screen?
I'm seeing the same phrases over and over. Bitten, came out of vents, too many, not normal. It's like everyone woke up to the same problem.
Let's start with what's most immediate for folks getting into Manhattan. Traffic Desk just sent over a note that there have been multiple minor accidents on the Brooklyn Bridge approach and the LIE.
Because of spiders?
That's what the reports say. Drivers swatting at insects inside their cars or losing visibility because something crawled across their windshield from the inside. So, please, If you're driving and anything like that happens, pull over. Don't try to fight a bug at 55 miles an hour. I know that sounds obvious, but apparently it's not.
We have reached the point in America where I'm saying, please don't crash your car because of a spider. Cool. Great. Love Mondays.
Yeah, stay safe out there.
We've got a field report outside Grand Central. Our correspondent Malik is down there. Malik, you with us?
Alert. Yeah, I'm here, Jenny.
What are you seeing?
So, I'm standing near the east entrance by one of the lower stairwells, and this is going to sound small until I say the number. There's webbing, like normal little corner cobwebs, but multiplied. It's along the ceiling edges and window frames, in these thick patches you don't usually get in a busy station. I'm watching maintenance workers brush it down, and 30 seconds later, there's more.
More webbing reappearing immediately?
Yeah, like the spiders are actively rebuilding as fast as it's cleared. And commuters are noticing. People are pointing up, pulling their bags closer. It's not a stampede situation, but it's got that restless energy, like we're all waiting for something else to drop.
Are you seeing actual spiders?
I'm seeing small ones in clusters along the corners. Some are dropping on threads when people disturb the webbing. But the thing that's freaking workers out is how many there are. One guy told me he swept a pile into a dustpan and it filled it.
Okay, Malik, stay there. If you see anything shift, bigger movement, people panicking, tell us right away.
Will do.
Social media is exploding too. I know we're cautious about that, but when every platform is full of videos from multiple states, it's part of the information stream now.
Yeah, people are treating it like a pest story still. Jokes, memes, ooh, New York. But the volume is trending like a major event. Hashtags like hashtag Spider Morning and hashtag Web Rush, they're top 5 nationwide.
The thing with social media spikes is they can be fake storms. But today, it's matching what we're hearing live.
Right. It's not just online. We're getting actual institutional reactions now.
Schools. We have confirmations from 3 boroughs, Queens, Brooklyn, and the Bronx, of closures this morning due to insect infestations in ventilation systems. That's their wording.
Listen, schools don't close for a couple spiders. They just don't. Not unless it's a lot or a safety concern.
Agreed. Okay, I want to take a call because we're getting first-hand bite reports. Line 2, you're on with Michael.
Oh my God. Please, I don't know what to do. I'm trapped in my bathroom. They're coming through the vents. Hundreds of them. I can hear them moving.
Maria, I'm here with you. Take a breath. Are you safe in the bathroom right now? Is the door closed?
Yes, but I can see them. They're on the ceiling. They keep dropping. I tried to leave, and one crawled across my arm, and it bit me.
Okay. Where are you, roughly?
Upper West Side, near 96th. I was getting ready for work, and then they started coming out like water out of a pipe.
Have you called 911 or your building super?
I've been on hold for 20 minutes. Nobody's coming. I called my super, and he said he's dealing with 3 other apartments already.
All right. First thing, keep the bathroom sealed as best you can. Put a towel under the door if you have one. If you're able, safely, turn on the shower for a second. Sometimes humidity or water flow can slow them in vents, but only if you can do it without getting close to them.
I'm scared to move.
That's okay. We're not rushing. Look at your bite. Where is it?
My forearm. It stings. It's getting red.
If you have soap and water, wash the area gently. If you have an antihistamine, like Benadryl or Claritin, take it if you're not allergic. I'm not a doctor, but those are standard first steps for bites that might swell. If you feel any trouble breathing, dizziness, swelling in your lips or throat, call emergency again and say, possible severe allergic reaction. That bumps priority.
Okay. They're still coming.
I know. Stay where you are for now. Keep the door shut. We're going to keep talking about this on air, and I'm also flagging your neighborhood on our internal list. You're not alone in this, Maria.
Please don't hang up.
I won't. You're doing good. Just breathe with me for a second. In through your nose, out slowly. We're going to get you through this.
Okay.
All right. We're going to let you conserve your phone battery, but call us back if anything changes, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
That's not a normal pest situation.
Mike, we're getting similar calls from all over. This isn't call your landlord after work. People are barricading themselves.
I hear you. I'm still trying to fit this into something explainable. Mass hatching event, environmental trigger, construction disturbing multiple nests at once. But the spread is weird.
We also have hospitals confirming bite numbers now. This is not rumor. NYU Langone, Mount Sinai, and Bellevue are all treating dozens of people for spider bites since about midnight. Mostly minor, but some people are having severe allergic reactions.
If you've never had an allergic reaction to bites before, that doesn't guarantee you won't. So pay attention to your body. Don't tough it out.
And these cases aren't all the same. We're getting conflicting reports on what's biting. Some folks say they're tiny little black spiders. Others are saying big brown ones, like something you'd notice right away.
So either multiple species are involved, or people are misidentifying because they're panicking.
I mean, if you're getting rushed by a swarm, you're not doing science taxonomy. You're freaking out. We've got an exterminator calling in. Line 5, you're on with Jenny.
Hey, Jenny. This is Rob. I own a pest control company in Queens. I've been doing this 20 years.
Rob, appreciate you calling. What's your morning like?
It's non-stop. I've already had 12 calls before 7 a.m. I'm on my third site right now, and I've never seen anything like this. Not the number, and not the behavior.
What do you mean by behavior?
Spiders usually scatter from light and vibration. These aren't. They're clustering. They're moving toward warm areas like vents and electrical panels. And when you spray, they don't drop like normal. Some do, but a lot of them keep advancing.
Advancing?
Yeah, like a group. I don't want to say coordinated because that sounds crazy, but it's the closest word. We cleared a basement in Flushing, and they reoccupied it 20 minutes later. Webbing went up again while we were still there.
Do you have any idea what could cause that? Weather? A breeding event?
Weather doesn't do this. Not across multiple boroughs. Not overnight. I don't know what triggered it, but it's not normal urban spider behavior.
Rob, are your team safe? Any bites?
2 techs bitten already. They're fine so far, but I'm telling everyone to wear full gloves and boots because these things are getting bold.
Okay, stick with that. And Rob, please keep us updated. You're one of the only people seeing this professionally in real time.
You got it.
You got it.
That was not comforting.
Nope. I'm trying to get an official statement from the city health department. We've been calling every 10 minutes. I keep getting put on hold, transferred, put on hold again. That usually means one of two things. Either they're swamped, or they don't know what to say yet.
I'm leaning toward both.
We do have a brief city advisory that just hit the wire. It's short. I'm going to summarize it carefully. The city is acknowledging elevated reports of spider activity. They're asking residents not to flood emergency lines unless there's immediate medical danger. And they're telling building managers to check HVAC and basement entry points.
That's the first time they've said the word spider in anything official today.
Yeah, that matters.
Malika's texting me. No, sorry. Malika's saying there's movement there. Malik, you still with us? Yeah, Jenny. People are starting to back away from the lower entrance. Maintenance just roped off a stairwell because they found a dense cluster behind a panel, like a nest. They're calling in more crews.
Is it escalated panic?
Not screaming panic yet, but the tone shifted. People are filming. Some are leaving the station entirely.
Okay, stay safe. All right. Here's what we know as we head toward 8 a.m. Bites are increasing across the city, enough that hospitals are confirming dozens of cases. Schools in multiple boroughs are closing for infestations in vents. Transit hubs like Grand Central are seeing webbing and clusters in active public spaces. Traffic incidents are being linked to drivers dealing with insects in their cars. And experienced pest control professionals are saying the behavior and scale don't fit anything they've seen.
We still don't have a clean explanation, and we're now getting the first real hint that this might be more than a localized bad spider morning.
Yeah, we're not declaring apocalypse. We're not there. But we're past coincidence. Something is happening, and it's spreading faster than normal pest cycles. Next hour, we're going to track whether other major U.S. cities confirm the same patterns, and whether the health department, or anyone federal, steps up with clearer guidance. If you're seeing clusters, document what you can safely, report it through non-emergency channels, and take bites seriously. Hour 2 coming up. Stay with us. It's 8:04 a.m. Red Zone Radio. I'm Michael Hale.
And I'm Jenny Park. We're going to recap fast because this hour is moving like a runaway train. Overnight and early morning spider outbreaks across New York City turned into commuter bite reports, school closures, and hospitals confirming dozens of victims. Pest control pros said the behavior is unlike anything they've seen. The city advisory stayed vague. That was an hour ago.
And since 7:30, the situation has jumped. We'll keep this as clear as possible. If you're driving, if you're on foot, if you're in a station right now, listen closely. If you're at home, do not assume this is just a gross headline anymore. We just got confirmation from MTA leadership the subway system is partially shut down. Multiple lines have been closed for what they're calling safety concerns connected to infestations.
They didn't say delays. They didn't say we're looking into it. They said closed.
At this minute, parts of the R, the 7, and the AC line are suspended. Stations around Times Square, Grand Central, and Fulton Street are being cleared. Transit police are directing people out of hubs, and buses are already being overwhelmed.
That's why the streets suddenly look like a movie. People are spilling out everywhere.
If you are underground and you see webbing or clusters, do not push through a crowd. Back away. Follow transit staff direction. I know it's instinct to run. Don't run into a jam.
And stop filming if it puts you in danger. I'm serious. Get out first. Mike, we're now getting confirmed reports from outside New York, like real confirmations. We're not guessing anymore.
Right. We have station partners and local news wires stating identical outbreaks in Atlanta, Boston, Denver, and Seattle. Same story. Spiders coming out of vents and basements, clustering in public transit, bite surges in ERs.
That's coast to coast. That's 4 different climates and ecosystems.
Which kills the weather spike theory. This isn't a weird warm October in one city. This is something else. Hospitals are escalating too. We have official alerts from major ERs in the city. Emergency status declared. They're overwhelmed. They're running low on antivenin, traditional supplies used for severe spider envenomation and allergic reactions.
I didn't even know we kept that much antivenin on hand in the city.
We don't, not for thousands. This was never supposed to be a bulk situation.
And now it is.
We need to share something hard. We're getting the first confirmed fatalities. I want to be absolutely careful with wording. 2 separate hospital sources have confirmed deaths connected to spider swarms in the last 90 minutes. One elderly man in Queens reportedly went into shock after multiple bites. One child in Brooklyn died after being found covered in spiders in a stairwell.
Oh my God.
These are early reports, so details will shift, but we are past minor bites.
How does a child get covered? How does that happen in New York City?
That's the question everyone's asking.
We keep hearing the same phrase now from callers. They're moving together, Like, not just in a cluster, but like they're traveling.
Yeah, coordinated behavior. People are saying spiders are blocking exits, lining door frames, moving across sidewalks like a wave. I don't like giving that language oxygen, but we can't ignore that it's repeated from multiple independent sources.
I hate this. I hate how organized it sounds. We have a caller on a secure line. This is a police officer. Male caller, so I'm taking it. Officer, you're on with Jenny. Tell me where you are and what you're seeing.
This is Officer Ramirez, NYPD, assigned Midtown North. I'm on 59th and 6th right now. We got dispatched for crowd control because people were stampeding out of Central Park.
Why were they stampeding?
Spiders. Thousands. I'm not exaggerating. They're moving like a blanket through the south end of the park, like a black tide. People were trying to climb benches, jump onto cars, anything to get off the ground.
Thousands in Central Park. Are they biting people?
Yeah, we got multiple civilians down. It's not just one-off bites. It's like if you fall, they cover you. We had to drag a guy by his jacket because his legs were... I don't even want to say it on air.
What are officers doing to stop them?
We can't stop them. Sprays don't scatter them. We tried fire extinguishers. We tried stomping. It's like they split and reform. I've never seen animals move like this. They're pushing toward the residential blocks on the west side, like they're following warmth or lights.
Officer, are you getting any guidance from command?
Command is slammed. Radio's chaos. We're requesting backup constantly, but we don't even know what backup means against this. It's bugs. I'm sorry, spiders. This sounds insane, but it's happening.
You are not insane. We're hearing the same thing everywhere. Stay safe, officer. Keep people moving away, not toward. And if you see the wave shift, call us back.
Copy that. And tell people to stay inside. Seriously. Doors closed, windows sealed. I'm looking at a sidewalk right now, and they're climbing the building face.
Okay, thank you. Get off the line and take care of yourself.
You too.
You too. Mike, did you hear that? Central Park.
I heard every word. That's not a pest problem. That's a moving front. We are also seeing Times Square evacuations. I can't believe I'm saying that. NYPD and transit staff cleared sections of Times Square after tourists and commuters reported spiders raining down from building ledges and thick webbing forming between signage and streetlights.
Times Square is already a nightmare. Now it's a nightmare with fangs.
People are describing being attacked from above, spiders dropping in multiple waves. This matches videos we're seeing, but again, don't risk yourself to film. We're starting to get a second-order problem too. Cell networks are slowing. Not fully down, but slowing. Everybody is calling loved ones, and towers are choking.
So if you can't get through, don't assume the worst. Assume the network is jammed. Use text if possible. Short messages save bandwidth.
If you're in a safe place, conserve battery. You might need it later. We're going to take one more call. Female caller, so I'm taking it. Line 1, you're on with Michael.
Michael, please. I'm in a hotel near Times Square. We were heading down to check out, and the lobby it's full of webs, like curtains, and there are spiders hanging in them. Dozens, maybe more. My husband got bit trying to push through.
Okay, take a breath. What's your name?
Aaron, we're from Ohio. We don't know what to do. Everyone's yelling, the front desk is gone, people are running upstairs.
Aaron, listen to me. If you're in a room, stay there. Close towels or clothing under the door. Don't go into hallways if you can see thick webbing. Do you have food or water in the room?
We have some bottles, not much.
Good. Make sure your husband sits down. Where's he bitten? Arm, leg?
His neck. He says it burns.
Neck bites can swell fast. If he has any trouble breathing or swelling around the mouth, call emergency again and say severe allergic reaction, clearly. If phones don't connect, you find staff only if the hallway is clear, but don't push into webs, okay?
Okay. Are they gonna come up here?
I don't know. But right now, we know clusters are heavy in lobbies and vents, so staying inside a sealed room is safer than crossing open webbing. You did the right thing calling. Call us back if anything changes.
Thank you. Please be careful.
You too, Aaron.
Okay, take a breath. What's your name?
Aaron, we're from Ohio. We don't know what to do. Everyone's yelling. The front desk is gone. People are running upstairs.
Aaron, listen to me. If you're in a room, stay there. Close towels or clothing under the door. Don't go into hallways if you can see thick webbing. Do you have food or water in the room?
We have some bottles, not much.
Good. Make sure your husband sits down. Where's he bitten? Arm? Leg?
His neck. He says it burns.
Neck bites can swell fast. If he has any trouble breathing or swelling around the mouth, call emergency again and say severe allergic reaction clearly. If phones don't connect, you find staff only if the hallway is clear, but don't push into webs, okay?
Okay. Are they gonna come up here?
I don't know, but right now we know clusters are heavy in lobbies and vents, so staying inside a sealed room is safer than crossing open webbing. You did the right thing calling. Call us back if anything changes.
Thank you. Please be careful.
You too, Aaron.
Fear. That's tourists. This is affecting everybody.
Yeah, no one's outside the circle anymore. Okay, we have an official emergency broadcast. This is coming through national channels, so listen carefully.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is issuing an emergency advisory regarding an unprecedented arthropod event affecting multiple United States regions. Citizens are advised to remain indoors whenever possible, seal windows and doors, avoid basements and ventilation access points with visible webbing, and seek immediate medical attention for bites accompanied by difficulty breathing, swelling, dizziness, or chest pain. Local authorities will provide additional guidance as conditions evolve.
Nationwide. Mike, did they just say nationwide?
They did. They said multiple United States regions. That is the first federal acknowledgement. And they're telling people to stay indoors.
This can't be real. This is like something out of a movie.
I know. But it's real enough that the CDC is on air. So we follow the guidance.
We also pulled police scanner snippets from multiple precincts. We can't play audio, but I'm reading what our desk is logging. Officers requesting backup for crowd control due to insect wave. Another note from Lower Manhattan. Unable to clear sidewalk, webs causing civilians to freeze in place. Another from a Midtown unit. Spiders blocking stairwell exit, requesting hazmat.
When police are calling for hazmat because of spiders, we are in a new world.
And the weirdest part is they keep describing movement like it's planned.
I don't want to humanize their behavior, but from a biological standpoint, mass swarming could be triggered by pheromones, heat gradients, or some environmental shock. We don't know yet. We just know it's happening.
And it's hunting people?
That's what it looks like right now. Right. We're coming up on 9 a.m., and this hour changed the whole story. NYC subways are partially shut down. Major hubs are being evacuated. Spider outbreaks are now confirmed across the country: Atlanta, Boston, Denver, Seattle, with identical patterns. Hospitals are overwhelmed, declaring emergency status and reporting shortages of antivenin. We have the first confirmed deaths, including a child. Police are describing swarms moving in waves, pushing out of Central Park and climbing buildings. Times Square is being cleared after overhead attacks. Cell networks are slowing under the call load. And the CDC has issued a nationwide advisory to stay indoors and seal entry points. We don't yet know what started this or how far it's going to go, but the U.S. morning commute has turned into a containment crisis. In the next hour, we'll track federal coordination, see whether the military or FEMA steps in, and get live eyes from other states as their morning hits full stride. If you're listening right now, your safest move is to be inside, sealed up, and calm. We'll stay on air as long as we can. It's 9:02 a.m. You're on Red Zone Radio. I'm Michael Hale. If you've been with us since sunrise, you already know this morning has snapped in half. If you're just tuning in, take a breath and listen close.
I'm Jenny Park. Quick recap. The last 3 hours turned a weird pest morning into a nationwide crisis. Parts of the NYC subway shut down. Times Square and major transit hubs evacuated. Police describe swarms moving like waves. Hospitals overwhelmed. Antizin running low. Confirmed deaths. The CDC issued a national advisory. Stay indoors, seal entry points, avoid visible webbing, take bites seriously.
We're going to be blunt this hour. Official response isn't keeping pace. The systems we lean on, city services, emergency lines, even federal guidance, are cracking under something nobody prepared for. We've been trying to get updated protocols from the city, state, anybody who will answer. What we keep hearing, off the record, from people who sound wrecked, is that there is no playbook for this. There are plans for hurricanes, terrorism, disease outbreaks, not this. They're improvising in real time, and you can feel it in every statement.
People keep asking, where's the plan? Like there's supposed to be a binder somewhere labeled spider swarms with step 1, step 2. There isn't. And the gap between what's happening on the ground and what officials can even explain, it's widening by the minute.
That's not because they don't care. It's because they don't know.
We've got a guest on a secure remote line, Dr. Marcus Chin, entomologist and arachnid behavior specialist. He's been studying spider behavior for 2 decades. Dr. Chin, you're on with Jenny.
Jenny, thanks for having me. I wish it weren't under circumstances like this.
Doctor, we're hearing reports from all over the country describing swarms, coordinated movement, and multiple species attacking at once. Is any of this normal or even possible?
What you're describing is impossible in natural terms. Spiders are solitary and territorial. They don't swarm, they don't travel in waves, and they don't coordinate across species. Black widows don't move with brown recluses. Tarantulas don't share territory with jumping spiders. That violates everything we know.
But people aren't describing one species. We've got black widow bites in some states, brown recluse clusters in others, even tarantula sightings moving in crowds. Are you saying people are wrong?
Some misidentification is likely because people are terrified. But if multiple species are truly participating, that implies an external driver. Something environmental, chemical, biological, something forcing behavior we don't have a model for.
So what do we tell people right now? Because the phones are lighting up and the city information isn't enough.
Stay inside. Seal everything you can. Windows, door gaps, vents, pipe holes. Avoid basements and crawl spaces. Visible webbing is not just a sign of presence, it's a warning that activity is concentrated there. And I'm going to be honest, we don't have a fast method to stop millions of tiny targets spread through infrastructure. If this stops today, it may stop on its own, or through a kind of intervention we are not prepared for yet.
So even the experts don't know how to fight this?
Not quickly. Not at city scale. Not this morning. Containment matters more than confrontation. If people keep rushing into swarms to clear them, they're going to get overwhelmed.
Okay, Doctor, stay with us if you can. We may need you again.
I'm here. Now, while that's sinking in, we need to tell you what's happening nationally. The scale is getting bigger by the minute. Airports are grounded nationwide. FAA partners and multiple local outlets are confirming flights halted because runways and aircraft are being covered in thick webbing. Pilots cannot see. Ground crews are finding spiders in wheel wells, engine intakes, cargo bays. Planes that landed overnight are basically wrapped, and airports from Newark to Atlanta to LAX are closing gates and locking terminals.
Airports grounded means the country just lost its fastest evacuation route.
Yeah, if you were thinking, I'll just fly out, that door is closing. Highways are turning into traps too. We're getting images and confirmed traffic reports of massive web sheets stretched between trees, poles, overpasses, like somebody dumped industrial netting across lanes. Interstates outside Denver, sections of I-95 in the Carolinas, I-10 near Houston. Cars are stalled. Some are abandoned. Drivers are running on foot because they're seeing movement across the hoods and inside the vents.
It's not just cities, it's the arteries between cities.
And here's another piece that's terrifying in a quieter way. Reports now say all spider species appear involved, not just one runaway population. We have confirmed envenomations from medically significant spiders, black widows, brown recluses, alongside sightings of larger species like tarantulas moving in the same areas. People are describing jumping spiders, wolf spiders, house spiders, all acting aggressive at once. That should not be happening. Dr. Chen just said it. This is not ecology. It's something else.
It's like every spider in America got the same signal.
We do have a federal mobilization notice, not a full address, but a confirmed statement. I'm going to summarize only what's confirmed. The Department of Defense is mobilizing National Guard units to support local law enforcement and hospitals. They're positioning resources near major urban centers, but there's no clear public strategy yet on how they fight swarms this dense. You can move soldiers, you can move vehicles, but how do you fight millions of tiny targets that can fit through a crack?
You don't bomb spiders. You can't shoot a sidewalk.
Exactly.
We're also seeing power outages start rolling across sections of cities, not just New York. Cleveland, St. Louis, parts of Phoenix. Utility crews are reporting electrical shorts, transformers tripping, junction boxes failing, because webs and bodies are clogging vents and contact points.
If your power goes out, do not go down into a dark basement to check a breaker if you don't have to. Basements are high risk right now. Stay upstairs, seal where you are. We're going to take calls, carefully. Recurring caller first. Female, so I'm taking it. Sarah from Queens, you're on with Michael.
Michael, it's Sarah. Part 1. We're still here. We didn't leave. We can't leave.
Sarah, I remember you. Tell me what's happening.
They're inside the walls. I can hear them, like scratching. The vents are taped, the windows are taped, but they're still coming out of the baseboards. My husband tried to push furniture against the hall door, and a whole bunch dropped from the top of the frame. We've got our kids in the bedroom, and I don't know how long we can keep them calm.
Okay, you're doing the right things. Stay in the most sealed room you have. If baseboards are active, use towels, clothing, anything to plug gaps. Don't open the hall unless you can see it's clear. How many bites so far?
My oldest got one on her ankle. She's okay right now. I washed it, gave her allergy medicine. She's scared.
You handled that perfectly. Watch for swelling, breathing changes. If it stays local and mild, you keep her rested and hydrated. And Sarah, this is important. Don't waste your battery doom scrolling. You're in survival mode. Short updates. Keep the kids close, low light if you can, and stay off the floor if activity is heavy.
Are they coming to help? Are firefighters coming or something?
I don't have a rescue timeline, I can promise you. Emergency services are overloaded citywide. What I can promise is we're keeping your block on record and pushing it up to every agency that's listening. Right now, the safest plan is hold position.
Okay.
You're not alone, Sarah. Call us back if your situation changes.
Families barricading in bedrooms. That's where we are.
Yeah. One more call. Female caller on a private line. I'm taking it. Listen, this is my wife. Rachel, you're on with me.
Mike, I'm in Jersey. I can't get home. The bridge to Manhattan is a mess. People abandoned cars because webbing's coming down from the cables. They're saying the tunnels are blocking off every few minutes because swarms are coming through ventilation shafts.
Where exactly are you right now? Are you inside?
I pulled into a gas station on Route 495 with a bunch of other people. We all ran inside because there were spiders on the shoulders, like moving lines. I'm okay. I don't know how to get to you.
You did the right thing stopping. Stay inside that building. Don't try to cross a bridge or tunnel if people are actively evacuating it. Are there windows you can seal? Any back rooms?
Yeah, we're in a storage area. The manager locked the doors. People are sharing chargers.
Good. Stay there. I'm going to keep doing this job, and you keep staying safe. Text me if the network lets you. Short texts. I love you.
I love you too. Please don't stop talking on air.
I won't. Not yet. Call me if you need me.
Fear, Mike.
I'm okay. We keep going.
Here's the reality that's settling in, folks. This isn't one city, not one species, not 1 hour. This is the whole country waking up to the same nightmare.
It's almost 10 a.m. Here's where we stand at the end of hour 4. Government response is improvising because no protocol exists for a nationwide spider swarm event. Entomologist has confirmed this behavior violates everything known about spiders. They shouldn't swarm, coordinate, or cross species lines, yet evidence says they are. Reports indicate multiple spider species involved, including medically dangerous ones. Airports are grounded across the U.S. due to webbing and spiders in aircraft. Highways are becoming impassable under thick webs and abandoned vehicles. The military is mobilizing, but strategy is unclear against millions of tiny targets. Power outages are beginning as swarms short electrical systems. We heard from Sarah in Queens, trapped with her family as spiders breach walls and baseboards. And I just heard from my wife in New Jersey. Bridges and tunnels are partially blocked, and people are sheltering wherever they can. This is what realization feels like. Nobody's coming fast enough, so you have to make smart choices where you are. Stay indoors, seal gaps, avoid basements, conserve your phone, and do not go looking for trouble outside. Next hour, we're tracking whether federal coordination escalates, what happens when more infrastructure fails, and how people are surviving block by block. Stay with us. It's 10:06 a.m. Red Zone Radio. I'm Michael Hale. If you're still listening, you're either sheltering, trying to get home, or trying to find someone you love. We're still here with you.
I'm Jenny Park. Quick recap from the last hour. The country is dealing with spider swarms across multiple species, across multiple states, doing behavior experts say should be impossible. Airports are grounded, highways are getting wrapped in webbing, power outages are starting, emergency services are overloaded and improvising, and people are barricading wherever they can.
This hour, these next 2 hours, we're watching the infrastructure of New York, and honestly the country, start to fail under pressure. Not because people aren't trying, but because whatever this is, it's everywhere, and it doesn't stop moving.
Mike, before we even go to the city, we have to talk about here. Security just called down to the studio line.
Yeah. Staff are reporting spiders on the lower floors of our building. Maintenance is trying to seal entrances, tape vents, block stairwell gaps. We're not in immediate danger in this room right now, but we're not pretending we're separate from what's outside.
If anything changes here, you'll hear it from us straight. We're not going to go silent on you without explaining why.
We stay on air as long as we physically can. People need a line that isn't a rumor feed. Manhattan is basically shut down. I'm reading this from multiple confirmed sources. Times Square is covered in thick, visible webbing across signage, light poles, building faces. Central Park is being treated like an active hazard zone. The main entrances are blocked, not by police tape, but by living swarms moving back and forth.
You know how hard it is to stop Manhattan. You can't even stop it during a blackout. And right now, people are just gone from the streets.
We have videos, real, verified, not just memes, showing the Statue of Liberty partially obscured by web sheets. You can see white drape lines across her torch arm. And the Brooklyn Bridge looks wrapped, like someone threw a giant net over the cables.
The bridge is a spider web. That's not a metaphor. That's literally what it is. Emergency services are crumbling under it. We're getting repeated reports of firefighters, EMTs, and even precinct units abandoning posts because they can't operate safely.
And I get it. If you're trying to carry someone on a stretcher and a wave hits you, if your mask is filling with spiders, your job turns impossible. That's not cowardice. That's physics.
But it means people are trapped without help. High-rises, subway platforms, cars and tunnels. Wherever you're stuck, you should assume rescue is not coming on a normal timeline.
You have to switch your brain to shelter and hold. Hospitals are now evacuating critical patients when they can. That sounds like a good thing. The problem is, there aren't safe corridors to move them through. With highways clogged and ambulances getting swarmed, transfers are stalling. Some hospitals are holding patients in upper floors and sealing stairwells because even the ER doors are getting webbed.
So the place you go to for safety is also under siege.
We're also getting more and more reports of people trapped in high-rise buildings. Spiders coming through HVAC, through pipe chases, through tiny gaps between drywall and floor. Elevator shafts are acting like chimneys for them.
We need a first-hand account. Female caller, so Michael takes it. Line 4, you're on with Michael.
I'm Lila. I'm on the 20th floor of a building in Midtown East. Leela, I'm here. What are you seeing?
I can see them outside my window, 20 floors up, and they're just climbing. Thousands of them. The whole building is black with them. They're moving upward like water.
Are they inside your unit yet?
Some. Not a rush. Not like the lobby videos. But they're coming through the vents. I stuffed towels in, taped around them. Still, I found 3 in my kitchen. I don't know where they're hiding.
You're doing the right thing sealing vents and gaps. Stay in the most sealed room you have, usually an interior bedroom or bathroom. Try to keep off the floor if you're seeing activity. Shoes on, socks tucked. I know it sounds small, but small matters.
My neighbors are in the hallway yelling. They want to go down the stairs and leave. I'm scared to open the door.
Don't open into a hallway you can't confirm is clear. If you can't see thick webbing from the peephole, that's not proof it's safe. Hold position. You're safer sealed than wandering into a swarm.
Okay, I'll stay. Thank you.
You're not alone, Leela. Call us back if the situation changes.
Did you hear that phrasing again? Moving upward like water. People keep saying it like they're watching a flood.
Yeah.
Cell networks are starting to fail in zones now. It's not only overload. Utilities are reporting physical damage. Webbing, clogging cooling systems at base stations, shorting equipment, and crews can't reach sites to repair.
So if you lose service, don't assume the world ended in the last 10 seconds. It might just be your zone. Use text when possible. Keep messages short. If you have Wi-Fi, stay on it, but conserve power.
We've got a recurring caller. Officer Ramirez, male, so I'm taking it. Officer, you're on with...
Jenny, we're holed up in the precinct on 54th. We barricaded the front doors with desks. They're all over the exterior.
Are civilians with you?
Yeah, we brought in a bunch from the street when the wave hit. Maybe 20 people. Kids, too. We're trying to keep them calm.
Do you have supplies? Medical? Water?
Some. Our med kit's almost gone. We've got people with multiple bites. We called for EMS twice. No one can get here.
I won't lie to you. EMS is overwhelmed. You're going to have to triage in-house. Clean bites, watch breathing, keep people still, elevated if they're swelling.
What are we supposed to do if they breach? We don't have flamethrowers.
Hold sealed rooms, keep doors blocked low and high. If webs start forming fast at one entry, abandon that entry and retreat deeper. You already know this, but don't take people into basement holding cells unless you have no choice.
Copy. Jenny, if the guard shows up, I don't even know what they'll do.
Neither do I, but you're doing the right thing sheltering people. Call me again if there's a breach.
Will do. Stay safe.
National Guard deployment has been announced formally, and units are staging around the metro area. We have confirmed convoys in Brooklyn, on Long Island, and across Jersey. But the same question keeps coming up. What can they actually do? You can clear a street for a riot. You can't clear a street for something that can crawl into your uniform seams.
Some guardsmen were probably trained for storms and protests, not this.
Still, their presence matters for logistics. Maybe evacuation corridors, maybe hospital support. But nobody should wait for them as a personal rescue plan.
We've got another recurring caller, Maria from the bathroom. Female caller, so Michael takes it. She's been on hold for a while. Mike, line 2.
Maria, you're on with Michael. Talk to me.
I'm still in here. I haven't moved. The water in my sink's a trickle now. I think the building pressure's dropping. I'm so thirsty.
Okay, listen carefully. Do you have anything in that bathroom you can use as a container, cup, bottle, even a clean shampoo cap?
I have a plastic cup.
Fill it while it's still running, even if it's slow. Sip. Don't gulp. And, Maria, how many spiders are in the room right now?
Less than before. They're mostly outside the door. I can see them under the crack.
Good. That means your seal is helping. Keep the towel tight. If the room stays quiet for a stretch and you must move, you move fast to your bedroom and reseal. But only if you can't stay there. No hero runs.
I'm scared they'll be in the hall.
They might be. So unless dehydration becomes dangerous, stay put. If you start feeling faint, send a text to any neighbor you trust. Short, clear. I'm trapped, need water. People are doing neighbor rescues more than agencies right now.
Okay. Thank you for not leaving me.
I'm not leaving you. Call again in 20 minutes if you can, even if it's just to say you're still okay.
That's what this has become. People keeping each other alive by voice.
Yeah, we have confirmed reports from state emergency networks. Spider swarms have now been documented in all 50 states. Not likely, not social media says. Documented. Rural counties, small towns, suburbs, major metros, coastal highways, mountain passes. Everywhere. If you were thinking you lived too far out to be touched by this, I'm sorry. There is no far out anymore.
I keep seeing people online saying, just leave the city, go to the woods, get to a cabin. The woods are not safe. The cabins aren't safe. The deserts aren't safe. This isn't moving like a storm front. It's already there.
And we're getting international confirmation now.
Canada and Mexico are reporting identical outbreaks. Toronto's transit system has shut down lines. Mexico City is describing hospital surges and thick webbing across roadways. That means whatever we're living through isn't a U.S. crisis. It's a continental crisis at minimum.
A global one, probably, which changes hope, because it means you can't wait for outside help. Outside help is inside the fire with us. Science is scrambling right now. We're seeing competing theories from universities, labs, federal researchers. Some are talking mutation, some are talking an environmental trigger, some are floating ideas about a new species or pathogen that affects multiple species at once. No one is landing anything solid.
They're doing what we're doing, trying to explain the impossible while it's chewing through the walls.
Yeah.
We're also seeing web coverage so thick in some areas that daylight is getting dimmed. I'm not exaggerating. People in parts of New Jersey and Pennsylvania are sending verified video showing whole blocks draped in white sheets, like it snowed in July. The webs are catching debris, leaves, dust, and it's turning into this canopy.
If your street looks white right now, that's not ash or fog. That's webbing. Don't go outside to check. Look from a window if you can do it safely.
And if you can't see out your windows because they're webbed, don't try to tear through unless you absolutely have to.
We need to take a call from someone on the ground in Westchester. This is Jenny's family. Female caller, so I'm taking it. Mrs. Park, you're on with Michael.
Michael, it's Sujin, Jenny's mom. I'm sorry, I didn't know who else to call.
You don't apologize. I'm glad you got through. Tell me where you are and what's happening.
We're in Westchester, near Yonkers. Our street, it's gone quiet. People ran inside hours ago. There are webs across the cars, across the lawns. I looked out the window and saw a neighbor lying on her porch with spiders all over her. Her husband tried to pull her in, and then he fell too. Nobody could help. Nobody can go outside.
Are you sealed inside your house right now?
Yes, we taped the vents. We pushed furniture to the doors. But they're still moving around out there. I can hear scratching in the walls. Jenny's dad wants to go to the basement to check the breaker because the lights keep flickering, and I won't let him.
Don't let him. Basements are high risk. If your lights flicker, assume it's grid instability. Hold your position upstairs. Are you all in one room?
We're in the attic. Me, my husband, Jenny's sister. We brought water, but I don't know how long.
Listen to me. You're doing the right thing. Seal the attic door, stay quiet, stay off the floor as much as possible. If you have any gaps around the hatch, stuff them tight. Use towels, clothes, anything. Conserve your phone. I'm going to tell Jenny you're safe right now, okay?
Tell her we love her. Tell her not to come here. She can't help us.
I will. You stay alive. Call us back if your sealing fails or if anyone gets bitten badly. We're with you. We're with you.
Okay. Thank you, Michael.
We'll talk again, I promise.
That was my mom. My mom just texted before she called. They're in the house. She's locked in the attic with my dad and sister. I can't do anything from here.
You did do something. You got them a plan. Tell her what we've been saying. Seal the door, stay quiet, don't draw attention. They heard you. They're holding.
I hate this. I hate sitting here talking while my family is listening in the dark.
I know.
We have a scientist on the line, male caller, so I'm taking it. Doctor, you're on with Jenny. Name and location.
This is Dr. Evan Laird. I'm a behavioral ecologist in Boulder, Colorado. We've been sheltering in our lab, We set up cameras to observe the swarm outside. And what we're seeing, I don't have words.
Tell us exactly what you're seeing.
They're solving problems. That's the only way to say it. We watched them reach a locked service door. At first, they piled against the gap. Then, they spread out, found the hinge side, climbed into the hinge channel. They worked together, used their combined weight to force the door open inward, like a wedge.
You're saying they opened a locked door?
Yes, not by accident. We replayed it frame by frame. We watched them coordinate. We watched them test 2 other doors and abandon them when they couldn't get leverage. That indicates learning, or a shared drive that looks intelligent.
So you're saying they're smart?
I'm saying we're in trouble. Whatever is driving this behavior isn't random panic. It's goal-directed. It uses density to overcome obstacles. If people assume a closed door is safety, that assumption could fail.
Do you have any theory of what could cause that?
Nothing natural, not at this scale. If it's a pathogen, it's cross-species and it's changing neural behavior. If it's environmental, it's a signal we don't recognize. If it's a new species influencing others, that's also unprecedented. But either way, it's not normal spider ecology.
What do you want the public to know right now?
Seal every gap, low and high. They're using cracks you don't notice. And don't assume they won't come upstairs or through walls eventually. Plan for long shelter, water, food, light discipline. Treat it like a siege.
Dr. Laird, thank you. Please stay alive and keep observing if you can. Your eyes matter right now.
We'll try.
So, coordinated behavior is confirmed by science now. Not just frightened callers. A lab watched it.
They're opening doors.
Yeah. We're losing contact with our field correspondents. Malik in Grand Central went silent about 40 minutes ago. Our partners in Brooklyn and Harlem, last transmissions cut off mid-sentence. One of them cut off mid-scream. If you were relying on us to triangulate the streets, I'm sorry. The streets are eating the messengers.
That might be the scariest thing you've said today.
We're still here. But our eyes outside are shutting.
Power grid failures are spreading. Entire neighborhoods are going dark in clusters. It's not a rolling brownout anymore in some areas. It's full blackout. And when lights go out, people move. Generators kick on, candles get lit.
And light draws movement. We've had consistent reports that swarms drift toward warmth and light sources. So if your power goes out and you light candles, keep them in an interior room, away from windows and vents. Don't advertise your location through a bright open window.
We're giving wartime rules for spiders.
That's where we are. Water systems are now compromised in some regions. Treatment plants are being abandoned because filtration beds and intake vents are clogged with webs and bodies. That means some cities may see low pressure or contamination risk in the next few hours.
If you still have running water, fill containers now. Bathtubs, bottles, pots. You don't need to panic hoard, you just need a buffer, because you don't want to be forced outside searching for water later.
And if your water already stopped, don't go into basement utility rooms to check the valve. That's exactly where they're concentrating.
I keep thinking about my mom saying she saw her neighbors go down on the porch. People dying in their homes. That's happening in suburbs now. That's happening on farms. This is not an evacuation story anymore.
It's a survival in place story. It's 1:11 p.m. Red Zone Radio. I'm Michael Hale. We're on backup power. Skeleton crew. If this voice is getting to you right now, it's because we're still upright, still sealed, still choosing to talk instead of hide.
I'm Jenny Park. Quick recap. All 50 states confirmed swarms. Canada and Mexico, too. Webbing is dimming daylight in some zones. Scientists are saying this behavior is impossible, and now we have lab confirmation of problem solving, spiders forcing doors, testing obstacles. Field correspondents went dark. Power and water systems are failing in clusters, and people are entrenched in their homes like it's a siege.
This hour is about what happens when humans try to fight back and find out we don't have the right tools. We're getting military and guard reports from across the country. Conventional weapons are not working. Not because a bullet can't kill a spider, of course it can, but because there are too many targets, too small, moving too fast, coming from too many directions. Units are describing it like trying to stop a flood with a hammer.
And they're burning through ammunition like it's sand. I'm seeing notes from Texas, Ohio, California. Position overrun in minutes. Targets reform after dispersal. Unable to secure perimeter.
You can hold a line against people. You can't hold a line against something that climbs the line, goes under it, through it, and keeps coming.
Some cities tried fire. That's the big thing trending right now. People with propane torches, guardsmen with flamethrower rigs, firefighters improvising wall of flame corridors.
And result? Massive fires. Webbing lights up like dry grass. It carries flame up buildings, across cars, across tree lines. We have confirmed casualties from burns and smoke in Chicago's South Loop, in parts of Phoenix, in Queens right here. Fire did not solve the spider problem, it added a second disaster on top of it.
So if you're listening and thinking, I'll just burn them out, hear me. You might burn yourself out. You might burn your block down. Fire spreads faster than you can control when everything outside is wrapped in silk.
Fight smart, not loud. Uneasy. Chemical pesticides were the next attempt. Aerial sprays in some counties, industrial fogging in subway corridors, even improvised household chemical clouds.
And the early reports are terrifying. Either they're unaffected or they're adapting too fast. Cities that fogged a block saw retreat for maybe 10 minutes, then reclustering. Some crews are reporting spiders moving through treated areas like they don't register it.
If that holds, then we're looking at a behavior driver that isn't normal biology, something overriding avoidance responses.
Evacuations are failing too. That's from multiple state highway patrols. Roads are blocked by web sheets, abandoned vehicles, and moving bands that cross lanes like living barricades.
We're seeing the same story everywhere. People try to flee, end up trapped between swarms or stuck in traffic jams that can't move, and then the swarm arrives. That's why the CDC shift earlier toward shelter-in-place matters. Movement is not safety right now. Movement is exposure.
We are past the movie idea where you drive to a safe zone. There are no safe zones we can confirm. There's just the room you conceal.
Here at the station, we're running on backup. Most of our staff either evacuated earlier or are trapped where they were when this hit. Security sealed the service stairwell about an hour ago. We're down to a core team. Me, Jenny, one engineer, one producer, and building maintenance alternating sentry.
So if the audio gets rough or we drop for a second, that's why. We're holding this together with tape and adrenaline.
But we're still here.
We want to bring in a call from a former skeptic who messaged us. Male caller, so I'm taking it. Line 6, you're on with Jenny.
Hey, it's David, Crown Heights. I called earlier this morning about our basement. I was kind of laughing about it then.
David, I remember. Talk to me.
You guys were right to warn people. I thought it was hype. I told my neighbor you were overreacting. I'm sorry. We tried to leave. We got to Eastern Parkway and there was a sheet across the street, like a net. We turned back. Now we're in the apartment with towels under every door.
Don't be sorry. Nobody could have known. You did what your brain could handle at the time. What do you need right now?
We just need it to stop. We're hearing scratching in the walls. My super got bit trying to tape the laundry vent. He doesn't want to go to the hospital because he thinks it's overrun.
If he shows serious symptoms, trouble breathing, dizziness, swelling beyond the bite, he needs help, even if hospitals are overwhelmed. If it's mild, clean it, keep him still, antihistamine if he can take it. And David, you were human. That's all. Stay alive.
Okay, thank you.
Call us back if you need us.
The denial's gone now. It's just survival.
Yeah.
We need to go to a new phenomenon being reported in multiple cities. Spider towers. Tall buildings, downtown cores, high-rises are developing massive web structures along rooftops and antennae. Not just drapes, towers, layers, like scaffolding made of silk.
Seattle's got one on a waterfront hotel. St. Louis has a structure on a stadium lighting rig. Miami has one on a condo stack. And here in New York, people are filming something rising along the west side of a midtown tower.
We don't know why they're building like that. It could be a gathering point, a breeding structure, a landing platform, but it's coordinated construction at scale.
They're building cities on top of our cities.
Feels like it.
Feels like it.
Communication between cities is breaking down. We've lost contact with 2 neighboring stations we were sharing notes with. One in Philly went silent, one in Hartford is only sending bursts.
So if you're hearing fewer confirmations from other regions, it's not because it got better. It's because lines are snapping. Power, signal, people.
The country is going quiet in pieces. We need to check in on Maria. She's been silent nearly an hour. Female caller. So I'm taking it. Maria, if you can hear me, press in. You're on with Michael.
Michael, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. How are you? Talk to me.
I got bit more than once. I don't even know when. I fell asleep sitting up, and I woke up, and they were on my legs. I kicked, and I think I made it worse. My water stopped. I'm so tired.
Okay, where are the bites? Are you dizzy? Are you having trouble breathing?
Ankles, calves, one on my wrist. I'm dizzy when I stand. My tongue feels weird, like thick.
That could be swelling. Maria, you need help. If you can text anyone in your building, do it now. Short message. Multiple bites, need water/help. Bathroom. If you have any antihistamine left, take it. Small sip if you can swallow. Do you have anything sugary, even toothpaste? Anything to keep your body from crashing?
I don't have anything. I'm just sitting. I don't think anyone can get to me.
Listen to me. Even if emergency services can't get there, neighbors might. People are doing hallway rescues in pairs with tape and blankets. You don't have to solve the whole city. You need one person to hear you. Stay awake if you can. Keep your legs elevated. Talk to me for 10 seconds at a time.
I'm scared. I'm going to die in here.
I know you're scared, but you're still with me. That means you're still fighting. Do the text, then rest. I'm staying on this line as long as you need.
Okay, I'll try.
Good. I'm here.
Alert. We also need to share a small piece of personal news. Michael, you got a text.
Yeah, I did. My wife, Rachel, made it to a shelter site in Jersey. She's inside a sealed municipal building with other families. She's alive. But she said the webbing on the street outside is thick and moving. She doesn't know if that shelter holds overnight.
I'm glad she made it. And I hate that made it doesn't mean safe anymore.
Me too. So here's our reality at this hour. Fighting back with what we know is failing. Bullets don't scale. Fire spreads disaster. Chemicals aren't stopping them. Evacuations are turning into traps. Our communications are breaking city by city. The spiders are building towering structures on our skyline, and the only moves that consistently keep people alive are the simple ones. Stay inside, seal gaps, conserve resources, and don't assume help is coming on time.
We're not saying give up. We're saying stop wasting your life on plans that don't work. We're basically becoming a survivors network. If you're safe and you've got a way to keep others safe, tell us. If you're trapped, tell us where you are and what's around you. We can't send a rescue team, but we can connect dots.
And before anyone hears that wrong, no, we're not saying come to our building. We're not a shelter. We're a broadcast room with a door taped shut. But information travels faster than spiders do. Sometimes, if we keep it clean and useful. We're seeing a pattern now across multiple states. It's early, but it's repeated enough to say out loud. In extreme cold zones, the swarms slow down. Not stop, slow down.
We're hearing this from northern Minnesota, high elevations in Colorado, rural Alaska, and parts of upstate New York that are dropping into near-freezing pockets. People are saying the movement gets sluggish, webbing builds slower, bites drop in frequency for a while.
That does not mean cold is a cure. It means cold might be a break. If you're in a cold area, you may get windows of relief. Use them to seal tighter, gather water, move to safer shelter if you have to. But don't walk outside thinking you're immune. You're not.
Another pattern. Underground locations, if properly sealed, are proving somewhat safer. That's still a risk, but we're hearing the same success stories from bank vaults, sealed basements with no open vents, subway service rooms, storage bunkers, even old storm shelters.
They're safer because they reduce entry points. Not because spiders can't go underground. We've seen them in subways. We've seen them crawling out of sewer grates. This is about sealed access. If you go down, you need to seal the top behind you and the cracks around you.
If you're in Manhattan, avoid anything above ground if it's coated in webbing. Subways are safer only if you can seal access points. If the entrance is already a curtain of silk, don't push through. Find another hold.
We need to say something about what New York looks like right now, because people outside the city aren't getting clear pictures, and people inside might feel crazy for what they're seeing. Landmarks are unrecognizable. We have verified video of the Empire State Building wrapped in thick web sheets from the lower decks to near the crown. Central Park is a white forest. Trees draped, paths buried, whole stretches looking like winter dropped in July. Times Square is a glass canyon filled with silk cords and dark movement.
The skyline looks occupied, like something moved in overnight and decided it owned the place.
Yeah.
We also have reports of survivor clusters forming in places you wouldn't guess. Subway tunnels where maintenance crews sealed doors from inside, shipping containers stacked into makeshift forts and ports, self-storage facilities where people locked down whole rows, even grocery warehouses where staff barricaded and rationed food.
If you're hearing that and thinking I should go find one, remember movement is still the biggest risk. But if you're already near one and it's reachable without crossing thick webbing, those clusters might be your best long-term shot. We will share locations only after we hear them confirmed by more than one source. No rumors that get you killed. Tense caller, on the line with an on-the-ground hold point. I'm taking it. You're on with Michael. Name and location.
I'm Tasha. I'm in a storage facility in Long Island City, like a big self-storage place.
Okay, Tasha. How many of you are there, and what's your situation?
Maybe 40 people. Some of us were employees, some ran in from the street when the waves hit. We got the front roll-down closed with 2 forklifts against it. We sealed the air vents with plastic wrap and duct tape. We're in the middle units. It's dark. We've got water jugs from the office and snacks people had in lockers.
Any breaches?
They tried the door early. We heard scratching, webbing, forming fast, but it slowed. We think because the building's cold inside. No windows, no light drawing them.
That tracks with what we're hearing. You're doing the right thing, cold and sealed. Ration water, make a bathroom plan to keep one area controlled, and if someone is bitten badly, you do what hospitals would. Wash, antihistamine if safe, monitor breathing, keep them still.
We're trying. We just needed someone to know we exist.
We know now. Long Island City Storage Facility Survivor Hold. I'm logging it. If anyone listening is already nearby and safe to reach it without crossing web curtains, this is a potential hold point.
Thank you.
This is what we're doing now. We're stitching little islands together.
Yeah.
I need to check something personal. Mail caller on a secure line. I'm taking it. Dad, you're on with Jenny. Jen, we're still in the attic. Mom got through to you earlier, yeah? Yeah, Dad, I heard her. I'm glad you're alive. Listen to me carefully. How's the attic door holding? It's holding, but we keep hearing movement in the walls below. The light downstairs is off now. Okay, I need you to shift to a better hide if you can do it safely. There's a linen closet on the top floor hallway. Remember that little space with no vents? The one by the bathroom. It's smaller and more sealed than the attic hatch. If the hallway outside the attic door looks clear, no heavy webbing, no clusters, move one at a time, shoes on, socks tucked, towels ready to jam the closet door gaps the second you get in. Jen, what if they're in the hall? Then you don't move. This only happens if you can confirm clear space. Use your phone flashlight through the crack, fast sweep, then off. If it's clear, you go, because that closet has fewer entry vectors. If it's not clear, you stay and reseal the attic hatch tighter. Your mom's nodding. She says you're right. I love you. I need you alive. Call me back when you're in the closet or if you can't move. We will. Love you, Jen. Love you too.
You just gave them a plan. That matters.
I know. I'm just running on fumes.
We both are. We've also got callers describing what the spiders are building in conquered areas. Not just towers on rooftops, structures on streets, around trees, across building faces. Female caller, so I'm taking it. You're on with Michael.
This is Nina. I'm in Hoboken. I've been watching from my third floor window. They're building something. It looks like a city. Their city.
Say more, Nina. What do you mean by city?
They're making layers, like platforms. They connect roof to roof, then drop thick cords, then weave flat sheets between them. It's not random webbing, it's structured. You can see lanes, almost, and they move through it like it's roads. They're nesting in those platforms. I can see clusters settling and not moving, like they're setting up shop.
So, they're not just attacking, they're taking over.
Yes, that's exactly what it looks like.
Okay. Stay away from windows if they're actively bridging. Keep your room sealed. Thank you for calling. That's important intel.
Every hour, it sounds less like an outbreak and more like replacement.
Yeah.
We need to talk long-term survival because the math is catching up to people. Food, water, medical supplies. If you're in a sealed room, you need a plan for the next 12 hours, not the next 12 minutes.
Ration by day, not by fear. If your water is still running anywhere in your building, fill containers now. If you have canned food, prioritize high-calorie items. If you're diabetic or on heart meds, spread supplies evenly. Don't take extra today and crash tomorrow. And keep one room as your core safe room. Don't keep changing rooms unless forced. We have a station situation. One of our staff was bitten. Female staff member, so I'm taking her. Leah, you're on with me.
Mike, I'm okay. It got me on the hand when we were sealing the service door. I had gloves on, but it came through a seam.
How many? Any swelling?
2 punctures. It's red, hot. My fingers feel stiff. I took Benadryl.
Good. Keep your hand elevated if you can. Don't scratch. If you feel tightness in your throat, dizziness, or your lips swell, tell us immediately. We don't have medical help coming, so we're monitoring you ourselves. You did the right thing reporting it.
Are we gonna be okay here?
I don't know. But your odds are better in this sealed room than anywhere else. We're staying sharp for you.
Okay. Okay.
First bite inside our circle. We're not special. We're just late.
Yeah. We've also lost 2 more city-to-city lines in the last half hour. That means the Survivors Network has to be local now. Neighborhood to neighborhood. Building to building. If you can safely communicate with neighbors by text or by short hallway knocks, do it. Share water status. Share ceiling tips. Don't open doors unless you have to. Communities are forming because they have to.
This is the new world. Whether we like it or not, it's webs, darkness, and people whispering to each other through walls.
It's nearing 5 p.m., and hour 8 is the first hour that feels like endurance, not shock. Our station has become a survivor's relay, logging safe holds and connecting people where we can. We're seeing early evidence that extreme cold slows the swarms, giving some regions short windows of relief. Properly sealed underground spaces are proving somewhat safer, and survivor clusters are forming in subway service rooms, storage facilities, shipping yards, and warehouses. New York's landmarks are being wrapped into unrecognizable shapes. The Empire State Building webbed, Central Park turned white. Callers are describing spiders constructing complex city-like nesting platforms, suggesting long-term occupation. Jenny made contact with her family and guided them toward a more sealed hiding spot. We're talking long-term resource survival now. Food, water, meds. And inside our own building, we've taken our first bite casualty among staff, with no medical help available beyond what we can do ourselves. If you're listening, the goal isn't to solve this today. The goal is to make it through today. Seal tight, stay cold if you can, store water, move only when necessary, and keep your people close. We'll stay on air as long as we can. Next hour, we face what evening brings when the city is wrapped and the lights go out. Stay with us. We've been scanning what's left of the bands. AM, FM, emergency channels, anything. We're getting silence. A couple bursts, then silence again. Red Zone is one of the few still broadcasting in this region. Maybe in the country. Not because we're tougher, because our generator is still coughing, and we're still choosing to use it on a mic.
It's like the world got muted. Every hour, another voice drops.
So if this is your only thread to the outside right now, we're going to hold it until it breaks.
Contact with the outside world is sporadic. Internet lines are mostly down. Cell service is patchy at best. We're hearing reports that some satellite links are failing too, either overwhelmed or physically compromised by storms of webbing around dishes and towers.
We used to think the web was our safety net. Turns out, the web is what's taking it.
Yeah.
International reports, what little we can confirm, say this is global. You should assume it. We've had fragments from shortwave operators and ham repeaters. Europe, parts of Asia, South America, same pattern. Cities going dark. people retreating, infrastructure failing. If you were hoping another country figured out the solution and would tell us, they're drowning in the same problem.
So there's no cavalry, no miracle broadcast from somewhere else.
Not tonight.
We need to update you on our building. It's getting worse.
Spiders breached the lower floors in the last half hour. Maintenance set up physical blocks at the stairwells. Security taped off doors. But tape doesn't stop pressure. It just slows it.
We can hear movement in the service shafts. We're barricaded inside the studio with whatever we had. Tables, filing cabinets, foam panels jammed into cracks.
If we go off suddenly, it's not because we chose to. It's because they came through something we didn't see. I want to be clear about what we're doing here. We're not in denial. We're not pretending this is a normal broadcast. We know we might not make it out of this room. But if the last thing we can do is keep people from feeling alone in a sealed apartment, in a dark hallway, or under a kitchen table, then we're going to do that.
Yeah, that's the job now. We're going to take calls as long as lines hold. Keep them short if you can. If we cut you off, it isn't personal. It's bandwidth and battery. Mail caller first, so I'm taking it. Line 1, you're on with Jenny.
My name's Curtis. I'm in Cleveland. I just wanted to say thank you. You were the only station I could find. I've been listening since noon.
Curtis, I'm really glad you found us. Where are you sheltering?
In my laundry room. It's the smallest room. No windows. My wife and my son are in here with me. We sealed the vent. We have water in buckets. But we heard scraping in the hallway about 10 minutes ago. Like something heavy moving together.
Stay sealed. Don't open unless it's absolutely forced. If hallway activity increases, retreat deeper into the most interior corner you can. If you have coats or blankets, hang them along the base of the door to plug gaps.
We did. It feels stupid. Like hanging coats to stop the end of the world.
It isn't stupid. It's survival math. You're giving yourself a better chance, inch by inch.
Okay, we're gonna hold. Just, if you go off, I want you to know you mattered.
You matter too. Keep your boy close, and keep listening if you can. We're still here.
Those are the calls we're getting now.
Yeah.
Female caller. So, I'm taking it. Line 3, you're on with Michael.
Hi, I'm Rochelle. I'm in Atlanta. There's a group of us in a bank vault downtown. We got the door shut from the inside. We've got maybe 5 hours of air if it stays sealed.
Rochelle, you did something smart. Bank vaults are one of the better holds if they're sealed. How many people? Any medical emergencies?
22. 2 kids. One older guy with asthma who's panicking. We're rationing water. We have snacks. I don't know if the air estimate is real or if people are just guessing.
Keep people slow, quiet, and seated. Panic burns oxygen. If the asthma patient has an inhaler, keep him upright and coach breathing. Pick someone to watch time in 15-minute chunks so you don't spiral. You're doing what you can.
We're scared to open the vault, even if it gets quiet outside. What if quiet means they're waiting?
It might. So don't open for quiet alone. Only open if you have a confirmed safe corridor or if air becomes urgent. And when you do it in layers. Crack, listen, check for webbing at the hinge line, close if you see movement.
Okay, thank you. I hope somebody survives long enough to remember today.
We will remember. You keep your people alive.
There's still pockets of humans holding together. That helps.
It does.
We're going to take another male caller. I'm taking it. Line 2, you're on with Jenny.
This is Aaron in Seattle. I'm a ham operator. We had a shortwave relay for a while. It's dissolving. Stations in Vancouver, Tokyo, and London were reporting the same thing before they went dead.
So it's global?
Yeah, everywhere. People retreating underground, military attempts failing. The only success anyone mentioned was cold, slowing movement. But even that doesn't last, because they build nests around heat sources and keep pushing.
So there's no safe continent.
No. I'm calling because our relay's going dark. I just wanted to leave a record. If I lose my family tonight, I don't want the last thing I said to be silence.
You're leaving a record right now. We hear you. We'll carry it as far as we can.
Thank you. Keep talking as long as you can.
That's the World Report in a nutshell.
Yeah.
We have to check in on Maria. She's been holding on all day. Female caller, so I'm taking it. Maria, if you can hear me, you're on with Michael.
Michael, hey.
Gentle, alarmed. Maria, I'm here. How are you feeling right now?
Tired. Real tired. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I just wanted to say thank you. You stayed with me. I wasn't alone because of you.
Maria, please, just hold on. You've made it this far. Is there anyone near you? Any neighbor you can reach?
No, I sent texts. Nobody came. It's okay. I keep thinking about how this started with people joking about spider season. Tell people we tried. Tell them we fought.
We will, I promise. You were brave, Maria. You still are.
Okay, then I'm done being scared. If you hear them in your walls, don't waste your voice on panic. Just talk. That's what helped me. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you for trusting us.
Bye.
Bye, Maria. Bye, Maria.
She said goodbye. She shouldn't have had to die alone.
She wasn't alone at the end.
No, she wasn't.
So, what comes next for humanity? I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. The old world, roads, hospitals, air travel, quick rescues, a phone that always works. That world is gone. At least for now.
We're down to islands of people, sealed rooms, little clusters, cold pockets, vaults, subways, storage units. We're living like we're prehistoric again, hiding from something bigger than us.
But humans don't only survive by fighting. We survive by adapting. If cold slows them, people will move colder. If sealed underground holds, people will dig in. Maybe this is extinction. Maybe it's not. Right now, the only honest answer is, we don't know yet.
If anyone's still listening, find each other. Don't die alone. That's all we have left, okay? People, not government, not weapons. People.
We're going to stay on until the power goes. You won't be alone if you can hear us.
Dan just signaled us. Generator sputtering.
Yeah, we're seeing voltage drops. Not a clean shutdown. A slow choking.
So, this might be our last stretch.
If it is, I want to say this clearly. You did not imagine today. You are not weak for being terrified. You are not crazy for feeling numb. You made it through hours of something no human being was built to witness. And if you don't make it tonight, you were still part of us. Part of the last day we remember the old world.
And if you do make it, if you're in a sealed room right now and you live through the night, tomorrow you become the world. Be kind, share water, Share space if you can. Don't turn on each other. We don't have room for that anymore.
We don't.
They're on the studio floor outside us. We can hear the scratching through the lower paneling and the door seam. Maintenance says the lower floors are fully breached. The stairwell doors are bowing. This isn't a maybe anymore. They're here.
So we're doing what we said we'd do. We're staying on until the power dies or the door gives.
Yeah, 12 hours ago, we were worried about traffic, about a busted signal on the 7 line, a weird smell in the subway, another Friday commute that couldn't care less about us.
Now the world's different, and I don't think any of us know what tomorrow even means yet.
We watched the country realize it was under siege. We watched people try to fight, then learn fighting didn't work. We watched strangers keep each other alive through a phone line. And we watched the city get wrapped inch by inch, like the place was being claimed by something that doesn't care what a skyline is supposed to mean.
We also watched ourselves change. I can hear it in your voice when I think back to 6 a.m. You sounded like a guy doing a show. You don't anymore.
No, I sound like what I am now. Somebody trying to stay useful a few minutes longer. We're gonna take a couple calls while we can. Keep them short if you're able. Female caller on line 1, so I'm taking it. You're on with Michael.
Hi, my name's Abby. I'm in a sealed basement in Queens with my neighbors. We've been listening to you all day on a battery radio.
Abby, I'm glad you're alive. How many of you down there?
8. 2 teenagers, an older couple. We sealed the windows with plastic and duct tape. It's cold. We're okay, I think. We just wanted to say thank you. You kept us from losing our minds.
You did the hard part. You stayed, you sealed, you kept each other quiet. That's why you're still there. Do you have water?
Some. Buckets from earlier. We're rationing.
Good. Keep it slow. Don't open the basement door unless you have to. And if you hear heavy movement above for long stretches, stay put. I know it's scary down there, but it's safer than trying to move tonight.
Okay. We love you guys. For real.
We love you too, Abby. Keep your people close.
Torn smile. Still listening. Still holding together.
That's the only thing I've seen today that scales.
Quiet. Male caller on line 2. I'm taking it. You're on with Jenny.
This is Carl. I'm in a shipping yard in Newark. We're in a container with maybe 30 people. We heard you say cold slows them. We moved into the deepest stack we could.
Carl, that's smart. Any breaches?
Not yet. We sealed the doors with foam and rope. It's dark. People are whispering to keep kids calm. We don't know if anyone's coming, but hearing you guys, it helped. I don't have anything else to say. Just thanks for staying human.
You're staying human too. You're looking after 30 strangers in a metal box. That counts. Hold position until you're forced to move. Don't open because it feels quiet. Quiet can be a lie.
Got it. If you go off, I'm gonna keep talking to the people in here anyway.
Yeah, do that. Good night, Carl.
You know what I keep thinking about? Maria, Sarah, Officer Ramirez, Jenny's mom. All those voices. I hope somewhere someone is still saying their names out loud.
We are. You just did.
Yeah.
Mike, can I say something without trying to make it pretty?
Say it.
I'm scared. Not of dying exactly. Of dying without knowing if anyone I love is alive. I keep replaying that last call with my dad. I don't know if they made it to the closet. I don't know if the attic hatch held. The silence is louder than anything I've heard today.
I know. I keep thinking about Rachel. She texted she was in that municipal shelter in Jersey. Then, nothing. That could mean the network died. Could mean the building got breached. Could mean she's asleep. I don't get to know. That's the cruelest part. Not the spiders. The not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we get tomorrow, it's not gonna look like the old world. It might be smaller, colder, quieter. It might be people living underground, rationing water, learning what signals draw them and what doesn't. It might be farming in sealed greenhouses. It might be a million different survival rules we don't have names for yet.
We've survived plagues, wars, famines. We survived things that wiped out whole cities before anyone even knew what germs were. Humans are stubborn like that. We don't stop just because the world gets mean.
Yeah, and the evidence of that is still on our lines. Abby in Queens, Carl in Newark. People in vaults, basements, storage units, tunnels, forming little human systems inside a bigger collapse.
That's hope, I guess. Not the Hollywood kind. The kind that lives in duct tape and water buckets.
Exactly.
We're getting an automated emergency broadcast coming through a national relay. We can't control the timing. I'm going to let it play, then we'll come back if we still have power.
This is a federal emergency directive under expanded national authority. Due to an unprecedented and ongoing arthropod crisis affecting all regions, martial law is now in effect in multiple states. Citizens are ordered to shelter in place immediately. All remaining evacuation corridors are under military control. Travel without authorization may be treated as a threat to public safety. Local commanders will issue area-specific instructions as conditions allow. This message will repeat.
Martial law. I don't know who that's for at this point.
They're still using the old language for a world that doesn't exist anymore.
Lights are flickering on our side. Voltage is dipping hard. Our engineer just mouthed that the generator is almost done. So, if we go quiet mid-sentence, understand why.
We're not going to drag this out. We're just going to say what we need to say while we still can.
Jenny, if this is it, I'm glad I wasn't alone in this room. I'm glad it was you across the desk, not some empty chair. You made this human.
Same. I keep thinking, if I'd been doing this alone, I'd have gone numb hours ago. You kept me focused. You kept me from disappearing inside my own head.
We did good.
We did our best.
If anyone survives this and finds a recording of today, remember it straight. Remember that we didn't give up. Remember that ordinary people saved each other with nothing but towels, tape, cold rooms, and stubborn love. Remember Maria. Remember the officer in the precinct. Remember the parents in attics. Remember the people who kept talking so nobody died alone.
And if you're still listening right now because you're alive, hold on. Not for a rescue helicopter, not for a miracle spray. Hold on, because every hour you hold is another hour humans exist, another hour to learn, another hour to adapt. Find each other if you can. Share what you have. Stay quiet. Stay sealed. Stay cold. That's the playbook now.
They're at the door.
Yeah, I hear it.
We're going to stay on until the power goes. You won't be alone as long as you can hear us.
This is Red Zone Radio, signing off. Stay alive. Find each other. This is Jenny.
And Michael Hale. We'll be with you until the end.